Hey guys, it's Ferociousllama, and I'm back with Legacy Jund for round two. And this hand looks okay. We got three lands, which is kind of a lot, but we do have a Death Rat Shaman, which is cool, so I can and a fetch, so we can get something into the graveyard. We got a little bit of disruption with Lightning Bolt. Then we got Dark Confidant to start drawing some cards. So we're gonna go ahead and keep this, and hope we don't just get demolished. Oh, looks like we're playing first, so let's go Bayou and a Death Rat Shaman, because we could be playing elves. Our opponent doesn't know that. They're probably thinking elves. Hopefully. I hope they're thinking elves. Alright, Delver of Secrets. Fair enough. Let's see. Yeah, we're gonna use our fetch land now, and the jig will be up, and our opponent will know we are not playing elves. So we're gonna go ahead and get a Badlands. Our opponent is probably gonna be playing some Wastelands, so I think I'm gonna reserve this Verdant for getting a basic, but we have one more Badlands, so I think we'll be okay here. So let's Lightning Bolt his dude, and I almost think it might be a good idea to play out our Dark Confidant, because if he's got a counter, it's kind of a must counter threat. And our opponent didn't have a counter. All right. So our Tarmogoyf, I'm thinking our Tarmogoyf would be good because I would rather the Dark Confidant get counter because it dies so easily. Especially like these blue-red Delver decks with lightning bolts and fork bolts and all that stuff. The Tarmogoyf doesn't die so easily, so I'd like to get not get the Tarmogoyf countered. We'd like to not get it countered. Is kind of the idea. I don't know if that's the best logic or not, but that's the logic I went with, and it seems to have paid off because I'm going to get to draw an extra card sooner. And maybe our opponent isn't playing blue-red Delver. Maybe they're just playing mono blue. Is that a thing? Mono blue Delver? Huh. I don't know. Alright, Wooded Foothills. And a Thoughtseize. Alright. Well, let's Thoughtseize our opponent. And what in the world? Alright. So our opponent's got a counterspell, a Disperse. Essence Scatter counters a creature. Pestermite and Whispers of the Muse. So let's see, a Pestermite. That's not good. Pestermites are not terribly good. I'm trying to think what's the worst here. Probably. Well, everything's a counter spell except. Well, that's Disperse of Bounce, but. Whispers of the Muse, that's fine. You can cycle that. So, alright, let's pop this. And let's just get a. Let's just get a Forest. We're going to go Tarmogoyf. And. Let's see. Yeah. I really don't want to trade Bob because I like drawing cards, but our opponent is going to probably start beating us for 3 every turn because they did Brainstorm, so they know what their next card is, and it's going to be a. Let's see, it's going to be a instant or sorcery, of course. Well, unless they already drew it from their first Delver. No, it doesn't seem like they know it. I mean, maybe it's a card that they want to keep, but. Well, maybe they just weren't right there at their keyboard. And we're reading too far into nothing. But yeah, our opponent just has an Essence Scatter, a Disperse, which is just a bounce thing, and a Counterspell. Essence Scatter, Obscures, Counterspell, and a Whispers of the Muse. But Whispers of the Muse is 1 blue mana to draw a card and then 5 for buyback. 5 colorless for buyback. Which, not bad, but they had G&D Tome back in the day for that. Alright. I don't know if our opponent's playing really slow because they're not paying that much attention, or if it's because they're in quite a dire situation. I mean, maybe the situation isn't as dire as I think it is, but it looks like life's pretty good for us. Alright. Well, there's our Grove of the Burn Willows. Now, all we need is our other thing. And if our opponent bounces our Charm Rift, that's fine. We'll just replay him. And our opponent does have an Essence Scatter, so they'll probably Essence Scatter this. Yeah. Yep. Okay. That's fine, but we can always gain... We'll either gain 2 life or eat stuff. And especially if you've got Snapcasters, we don't know for sure, but our opponent could have Snapcaster Mages. But if they want to race, we'll race. Because we have 6 power on the board, plus, well, 7 power, but we'd only attack with 6. And then Deathrite Shaman our opponent every turn. Which would be pretty rough on them, I think. Our opponent goes to their attack step. They don't attack, so we will exile their Brainstorm. Because that's the most likely card that they will be snapcasting if they were to snapcast. Alright, I'm happy with that. Let's see, our opponent has a Disperse, and a Counterspell, and a Whispers of the Muse. Well, we don't have any Brainstorms, so we'll just go ahead and attack. We do have 6 mana. We could always go Bloodbraid Elf, let it get countered. And then Tarmogoyf. We'll just Bloodbraid next turn. See what our opponent does. So I think it's time for our opponent to... Guy, we took that Pestermite. That had like no effect. Like absolutely no effect. Because they don't even have 3 mana. Huh. Brutal. Sure. You know what we should have done is I should have played the Grove of the Burn Willows instead of whatever that last night was either. I think it was some Badlands. I should have played the Grove, because now if I Bloodbraid into Cascade into a Liliana, I'm going to want to play the Liliana and then activate it, and then discard the Grove. But I can always discard whatever I draw this turn, I guess. And they revealed the Pestermite. They must have hit that on accident. Guy, bad beats right here. And, you know, we haven't drawn any of our recurring burn spells yet. But, like, having a Dark Confidant in play really just makes it so good to have... probably going to just cycle Whispers of the Muse. Makes it so good to have Grove of the Burn Willows and a, what do you call it? Punishing Fire. Because what we can always do is for every life they gain, we get to kill a creature, which is fine. We'll happily pay a life to kill a weenie creature like a Delver of Secrets or whatever, but then we get to do the 2 damage back to them, so they actually take 1 damage. And otherwise, if we don't do that, and they have a 1/1 creature, we're not attacking with Dark Confidant. So it's kind of like, it's sort of a good deal. Alright, and we will remove the Disperse. Alright, and what do we got? Alright, Bloodstained Mire and a Wasteland. That's not very useful. Okay. Well, let's go ahead and get another Bayou. And I don't want to leave that. And we'll play Bloodbraid Elf. And our opponent can go ahead and counter that if they want. But they can wait until we find out what the Cascade spell is. Because that's the Liliana, they better counter it. I don't know if I agree with this play right here. They can counter it, but the Cascade still goes on the stack, my friend. I don't know if they knew that. Yeah, sure, I'll play a Tarmogoyf. I'm totally good with that. And then let's go ahead and remove that for a green mana. And we'll play another Goyf. And we'll throw out our Grove of the Burn Willows. So now we really only need, well, like a Lightning Bolt even, or a Punishing Fire will do it, because we can Punishing Fire, get it back, so our opponent will have net lost 1 life, and then we'll Punishing Fire again, it'll be a net loss of 3 life, and then we just, of course, won't give them that second life. So, yeah, it looks like our opponents hit pretty rough this game. But it looks like their mana curve was a little bit high for a Delver deck. I mean, everything costs 2 or 3. The only card that costs less than that was Whispers of the Muse that's cycles for 1. It's not even like a, that's a 6 mana draw card spell, which, maybe our opponent's playing like a nostalgia type deck. Our opponent says the system isn't letting them reveal their card. They have to click on the eye. You have to click on the eye below your life total. Third, I don't know if that's gonna. If I was explaining that to my dad, he would not be able to figure that one out. But our opponent flipped it with a Twiddle. Oh, hasn't played in a few months. Okay. It's cool, man. No biggie. It's all good. Well, our opponent can't attack with that Insectile Aberration. Well, they can, but they're going to lose. Because we can 6 them and then 8 with Deathrite. With the good old DRS. Which, by the way, has one of the coolest artworks. In my opinion. I really like it. I saw it at Grand Prix Las Vegas. I was going to buy the big old giant print that was framed and everything, but I did not. Because it was like 1 billion degrees out, and I was in a black car, and I was there thinking, how am I going to get this thing home? It's humongous. And I'm one of those people who's like, I want it now. I don't want to wait for it. I don't want it shipped to me. I want it right now. Okay. Well, this is sort of a problematic thing. So let's see. We can attack for 6. Yeah, here, we're going to attack with our Dark Confidant and our Tarmogoyf. And our opponent, I want to say, has to block the Tarmogoyf. But it doesn't matter because they don't have anything in their hand. They still have a... Well, they played their counter spell. Did they play their Disperse? They have a Disperse, a Whispers of the Muse, and 2 unknown cards. See, I took a picture of it. Bada bing, bada boom. They have a Disperse and Whispers of the Muse. And, okay, well, I guess that's like a good long-term play, but this game's over next turn, amigo. Alright, well. Yeah, I don't think our opponent can handle 3 Tarmogoyfs. GG. Alright. So, for the good old Delverino matchup, we're putting in our Red Blasts, our Chains of Mephistopheles. I don't know if we really need the Scavenging Ooze, because we can eat all their stuff, which is nice, but we do have Deathrite Shamans. And then if we Engineer Plague on humans, or wizards, which is, I think, that's what Delver is, that'll kill Bob. And we really like the card advantage, I think, on this one. So I'm thinking maybe, yeah, we should put in Pernicious Deed, because, I don't know. Nah, I don't think we need Pernicious Deed. But we do have to cut 4 cards. So let's see. Those 4 cards are going to be... We're going to cut Sylvan Library. We're going to cut a... I think we're going to cut Abrupt Decay. 1 Abrupt Decay. 1 Bloodbraid Elf, because he or she is hard to cast. And we're going to cut a Dark Confidant, I guess. Because, well, the card advantage is good. If our opponent gets a really fast draw and is able to counter out our removal, our early removal. Because that whole game we had 1 piece of removal and we got lucky, really. That we drew a bunch of Tarmogoyfs. So, we don't want to lose to, getting, 1 thing countered or whatever by having a Bob. And then we just get raked over the coals. So, alright, well, we got a Punishing Fire, which I'm happy about. And we have a Lilia. This is a good hand. It seems like it's going to curve out good. All we got to do is draw some lands. So, let's keep it. And our opponent's going to go first. But yeah, this deck reminds me of like one of those, like a nostalgia list. I forget what they call those. Maybe they call them a nostalgia list, deck list. I don't know. But it is certainly like an older deck list from like another time. So let's see. Disperse will return a land. Oh wow, that's good. Essence Scatter counters creatures. Disperse bounces stuff. Alright, we'll take Delver. And hopefully our opponent won't just play nothing. If his guy flips and he plays nothing, we're kind of going to lose maybe. But the thing is, we only have one burn spell. We don't have... if we had a Grove of the Burn Willows, I'd be like, whatever. Ain't no thing. Great. Mana short. Yeah, this is old school. I like that. I was always thinking about this with... Too bad this isn't in 8th. Because then it would be in Modern. And then you could like wait for someone to play a Pact. And then mana short them. During their upkeep. When they want to play their Pact. Or pay for their Pact, rather. It would just take all their mana. And then they lose. Which would be freaking sweet. So, does our opponent not have a second land? Haha. Alright, no second land. good with me. All right. Oh, this is beautiful. This is art, my friends. All right, let's kill that guy. All right, cool. And looks like our opponent didn't have any way to counter that. So it looks like we're in pretty good control of this game now. I don't know what our opponent has. They have one unknown card. The rest is 2 Essence Scatters, a Disperse, and a Wall of Frost. The Wall of Frost just, tangles our stuff. It's a 0/7 that our stuff doesn't untap when he blocks it. I think it flies. I'm not sure. I can't see because I'm just looking at the picture. And 2 Essence Scatters, so I'm not going to play any creatures right now. And then a Disperse, which will bounce anything. So that'd be cool if we could Liliana and then make him sack a creature and then and then have him bounce it. That would be the coolest thing. Like, thanks, opponent. I appreciate that. It means a lot. Alright. And let's see. We're going to get a Bayou. And let's see. Let's go, Liliana. Resolve. 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 Oh, sweet. Our opponent did not draw a average everyday counterspell. And I think we're going to just discard Tarmogoyf right here. Because we've got... I don't want to discard Bloodbraid because Bloodbraid is sweet. I don't want to discard the land because we need to play the Bloodbraid. So, hopefully next turn our opponent may or may not draw something. And hopefully they'll tap their mana so we can play Bloodbraid without fear of getting countered. It doesn't matter. The only thing bad is if we Bloodbraid into like a Liliana, and it's like, don't. Yeah, that's fine. Well, now we can Bloodbraid into a Liliana. I'm good with it. Wall of Frost. Whenever the Wall of Frost blocks a creature. Oh, M14 uncommon, huh? Yeah, Tangles. It doesn't make it makes it untap. I think that's what Tangle does. I don't know, I could be way off, but that's nifty. So let's see. How are we going to do this? Did our opponent draw a free counter spell? Probably not. Let's go black, colorless, and yeah, that resolves, and you can sack a creature. That doesn't make him draw a card or anything, right? Huh, that was kind of a weird play. I mean, I guess he does lose a counter, but that's not, that wasn't that great. Let's see. Played Disperse. Played that. So 2 Essence Scatters is our opponent's hand. 2 Essence Scatters and an unknown card now. So I'm just going to crack this at the end of our opponent's turn so I don't have to do it during our turn. Yeah, Liliana's so good. And we're just going to get a Badlands, because it doesn't look like our opponent's playing any Wastelands, so. And we'll go ahead and play Bloodbraid. And our opponent can go ahead and do whatever. Oh, man, short us. Alright. Fine. We're just going to discard... Oh, it's our upkeep. Alright, Tarmogoyf's good. Oh, dang it. Dang it! I was going to discard that. That was stupid. Well, let's make our opponent discard one of their Essence Scatters. And so now they only got 1 Essence Scatter in hand. And that's all they've got. And we discard a Tarmogoyf, which doesn't seem like it's really getting us ahead, but it doesn't really let our opponent play control, the way they kind of want to. I remember back in the old days of Magic when, like, Ice Age was the set, that this kind of stuff, like, these, like, pure control decks were, like, the decks. And, like, mono blue decks with, 32 counter spells were, like, the decks that people played. And it's not really a thing anymore, I don't think. But this is kind of the same style of format we played too, because there was nothing really super overpowered, and none of the kids I played with, we were in junior high, played. None of them played the, we didn't have Moxes or anything like that. Yeah, sure, we'll play that. We didn't have Mox or any of the Power 9 or any of the, pre-revised stuff when we were kids. Well, that wasn't very good. All we got was a lightning bolt, a 4-mana lightning bolt. Huh. Well, okay. This, let's see. Now, here's the question. How about we go like that, and we get back our yes, and then we go. Oops, got a red on that. Punishing Fire that guy, and then we go Tarmogoyf. Goyf. And we're not going to take up our Liliana, because we can make our opponent sacrifice, but it seems like we're in a pretty good spot, because we have Deathrite in the hand, and we have a Dark Confidant. The Dark Confidant, is pretty much well assured card advantage against a mono blue deck, and if our opponent wants to hold something, we'll just wait till we draw, and then make them discard it. Another mana short. It is. Oh, we got mana short again. I don't know what that art. I like the flower one. I think from, what is it, Revive? Well, the old sets. I think it had that flower. Does anyone know what I'm talking about? I might be crazy, but let's see. Okay. Let's get that back. And then, yeah, let's see. Yeah, that's fine. I'm good with this. Mana short me during my upkeep. That used to be a thing. I remember that was always our thing was, after a certain point when Ice Age came out, I remember everybody kind of started making these decks that were like, like the shop owner where we used to play. He was just like a regular guy who had a regular job, and he's like, I love Magic the Gathering, so I could open a shop doing this. This is so much fun. And so he did. He opened a shop. It was only open on the weekends, and there wasn't a lot of competitive play. It was really like a casual shop, but it was a lot of fun. And he would always call them super decks because they all did something kind of wacky or kind of, they were really controlling or they worked really well. And so he's like, I got to build a deck to compete with you guys. And because all of our friends, he was tired a lot of the times. So he would just kind of go open the store and just hang out and let the kids play. But then there were some people who were a little older who'd come in and play too. And over the years, we just started kind of building these decks that were just pretty crazy for the time. Of course, by today's standards, they're kind of a joke. They'd never win a vintage match by today's standards, even if we powered them up with all the all the obligatory necessary what do you call them, vintage cards, but alright, and then what we'll do is we'll go ahead and we'll Deathrite Shaman our opponent at the end of turn. But anyway, point of the story was in my quote-unquote super deck, which was really just like a prison deck with like Winter Orb and so, all right, well, our opponent gave up. And he was saying, thanks for the whooping. He doesn't think he has an out. And yeah, we kind of had him kind of on lock, especially against like a mono blue deck. I think part of the problem was, it's kind of an old school deck, and so Whispers of the Muse, you really got to get going with 6 mana more. And Psychic Venom. Oh, I had that in my deck, my quote unquote super deck, and I had Icy Manipulator. So you'd untap your one land from your from the Winter Orb, and I tap it with an Icy Manipulator during your upkeep. It was great. So anyway, thanks for watching, guys, and I didn't mean to Didn't mean to take you too far down memory lane there. But thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys at the next round.